Mm, mm. Yeah. Choo. Hello, family. Welcome to the Get Done Show podcast, where we get to reset, rebuild, and reconnect with me this morning as I take you on this journey of my Tatau. We gotta gather all the mana, the spirit to join me. We can feel the uh, 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 ee, ee, yeah. Here we go, family. Well, when I was in probably around eighth, ninth grade, around there, I've always loved to wear lava lava. That's my thing. I would wear lava lava anywhere. It's comfortable, and my lava lava would be high. I would wear my lava lavas really high, and I have to me I have nice long legs. Nice skinny long legs. So one time, my dad, rest in peace to my dad, Funga Laulu, from Philly. I was home. I was home with my dad. I was doing. I was, and I always wear lava lava. My dad looked at me, mangayo vai kalok sungai mik. He said, "Your legs look really nice to kaya pea," and that was the first time I ever heard that. You know, um, my dad telling me that. Your legs looks nice to get your sungai miki, your tatau. And this was I was probably in eighth grade, ninth grade, and from then on, it always stuck in my mind. The only person I ever saw with a tatau was High Chief Cielo Villa at the Samoan village. He was the only one at the village, seeing that. And back then, my thoughts was, no, I don't think I can. Only the Matais, right? So I asked my dad at that time, "Oh, how come you did not get your tatau?" He said he wanted to, and this is the story he told me. He said he wanted to, but my mom said no. So he listened, went with that. That's another story. So I stuck with that. Then from then on, from on that point, it always was stuck to my mind, and I never seen too much of the Songai Mikis, the bear around. Like I said, I only saw Chief Cielo, and he was like the person to really look who had that tatau. So as time went by, I got to fast forward a little bit. I got to work with High Chief for a very, very long time. Then at that time, there was a kufunga that came down, Suluape family that came down, and some of the boys were getting their tatau. Some of the boys was getting their pea. And that thought came back to me. I'm like, oh wow, I think this is the time. It reminded me of my dad back then, telling me. To me, he was giving me the okay already. He was giving me the okay to get my tatau. So working with Chief Cielo, had other tataus, had other peas there. So it was being around a lot of peas. You want to learn more. You want to learn more about the culture. You want to be connected to the culture in any way. And for me, it was a beautiful art that you see, and I always knew I wanted to get one. Right after my dad said that, I'm getting one. I don't know when I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it. So High Chief told me, High Chief Cielo Villa, he said, it's time for you to get your tatau. So I was like, yes, thank you. So one time Pika Suruape and his family came to the luau show. And then Chief approached Pika and said, hey, I have two guys that want to car their pea. Me and my soa, Lilo. And then Chief turns to me, what, do you guys want to car your pea? And I go, yeah. Let me talk to my wife and talk to the family. And then he said something back to Pika, and Pika said, yeah, Then he turned to me and said, okay, tomorrow you guys gonna call your pair. So from that point till tomorrow, that's all the preparation you get. So me and my mind, I'm like, let's go. I've been ready. I've been ready for this. So my mindset was ready already. But the other thing was I wasn't ready to share with my wife about this news because it's so, hey, we're going right now. Like Kufuna said, we're going. Chief said, we're going. We're going. So I did not tell my wife that I was going to receive my pair because at that point, of my life too, and my marriage, was very rocky too, and I wasn't very honest to my wife about many things. So I was going to hide this from her because I know how she felt me receiving a pair. We spoke about this before. And at that time, my wife said, no, no, you're not receiving your pair. Just because I did not educate her more about it and my desire and my passion about receiving it. And also, like I mentioned, I wasn't in a good space in my marriage at that time also, but we're not going to get into that. So I went on to get my pair. I came home, I had the back already on. I had the va'a on. And I came home, I showed my wife. My wife cried and she was mad. I knew why she was mad. She was mad I wasn't honest to her about it. She wasn't mad up that I wouldn't receive it, but she was mad that I didn't have the guts, the courage to come to her and talk about it. I didn't have the courage to sit down with her and share, even though she didn't agree with it, but just to lay it out there, I'm gonna receive my Tatau. And that's one thing I regret, and that's one thing I hope, I wish, not I wish. At that time, I wish I was more mature enough to overcome those trials, that I was able to be more open to my wife because I wasn't. So my wife struggled with me receiving my Tatau. So I said, I know how you feel, but I can't stop. I'm going 100% full in. And she tried to stop me a few times, you know. Again, and not hey, not because, she didn't want me, because she was hurt that I wasn't honest to her. And I look back now like, man, what you know, selfish. Selfish is the word. How selfish I was to not really sit down with her and share this gift. I had great support by my family. My brother Painga, he was there the whole time of my journey. I had great people there. I also MJ, he just received his, I think, a week before. MJ Matau, so he was there the whole time too. So much support was there, so much love. The beginning of my journey, and I found out like you need the support if you're gonna go into battle. Make sure you have a strong support. Know in your heart that you really want it and go already. Even though my wife wasn't all the way with me, but I knew she would later on accept it because I had to change my own selfish ways. My wife and kids weren't there during my journey, and this is what I recommend for you. Anyone trying to receive your tatau is make good with the family, your wife or your husband. If you're receiving your malu, make sure you make good with them and with your kids and have them there in that time, in the support time, because it is a spiritual journey. I found out during my sessions, it is a family thing. I found out during my session. I had to learn that. So involve your whole family with it. In this journey of mine, it was tough, man. It was tough. What I was missing my wife and kids there the whole time. But my heart was strong. I know my wife and kids. I felt their love. And through that journey, the pain, there were a lot of tough moments in me laying down, a lot of tough moments. But you have to find your peace to pull your strength from. And it was my family, it was my wife and my kids. Those are the thoughts you need to put in your mind because it's not an easy journey. It's not. That first tap on my back, it's like somebody taking a picture of your life. Boom! It's like a light flashing on you. You're not stopping, and there's nowhere to stop because you just gotta lay there until the kufunga said, okay, you can get up now. Great support group. I had a lot of boys came in, sing songs. The energy was awesome. The kufunga was awesome. You know, Shout out to the Suluape family, Pete, and have good stretchers. Have good stretchers. Uh, PE was there. Vili Paama, he was a huge part of my journey. Vili is one of those guys I really needed every day to be there, because he's been through it, you know. And with MJ, those guys that been through it, you need those guys to lean on, because there's time when you're twitching, your eye is twitching, that they're gonna look at you like you're almost there. You're almost there. A lot of time in my sessions, before we started my session, I would ask the kufunga, "Oh, can we wait for Vili?" Vili Paama, also known as Lupe Fatlele. Shout out to him, Lupe Fatlele, doing his work. Amazing kufunga out in Las Vegas. Also, we worked together for a very long time at Chiefs Luau. Vili brought so much peace and calmness into the session that helped me, relax, and I was able to go through my session. It's a journey that you gotta be there to experience. Shout out to my soa, my partner, Lilo. Uh, I stayed at his house a lot because I was living in Kauku at that time, and he was in Waipahu. So it was an easier transition from there to Kalihi, and his family, took care of us during my journey. But it's a beautiful thing to experience. You know, the sama. Again, my family wasn't there for my sama, my samanga pea, my the end part, the finishing part, the journey, the celebration, and that's another thing you know, I wish I would have shared with them at that time. But to fast forward a little bit, I mean, in my heart, I knew my wife had my back and my kids had my back, and they'll get it. They'll understand why I wanted this, and I represent this Tatau for my family, for the Snuka Laulu family, and I represent it. I honor everyone that has walked this path. I honor my dad. This is my dad. He wanted to receive his Tatau, so I wear this for him too, and everyone else in my family member. I represent this well. I respect the culture. I love the culture. And I don't know everything. I don't know everything. Be honest, I'm still learning. I still get to learn the culture. Also in the language. I lost a lot of that when I came here from Samoa. You know, my siblings would tell me, I would speak the perfect Samoan, when I was a younger age with the T, and I lost a lot of that coming here in Hawaii. But I'm still learning. There's always big space improvement to learn. My journey was amazing. It was a blessing. And after that, I just want to finish off on this. Me carrying on this Tatau. And big shout out to High Chief Malietor Tawasa Cielo Avea, also known as Chief Cielo, because he was a big, also someone that I looked up to. He was like the father figure of all of us in the entertainment business, and he's the only one that had the Tatau at that time. So he is someone that I do look up to, and he was one of those people that encouraged me to, and like I said, gave me the okay. It's time for you to get your Tatau. And big shout out to High Chief Cielo Avea. He has the biggest heart. And those of you that's been around him, you know that. Those of you that work with him, you know that. And he's the guy that I lean on to for so many things, also with my personal life and my family. So thank you for Tai Lava, Chief Cielo. Thank you very much. So yes, and my advice to someone that wants to receive your tatau, your malofia, or your malu. Someone asked me what is the criteria or to receive your tatau. For me, is first have a connection with God, have a connection with God, and have a connection with your family. Then after that, connect with your heart, because that's what's going to get you through. That's what's going to get you through. There's no special, for me, there's no special criteria to receive it. To tell is where is your heart? Yeah, we all want to receive it, and I encourage everyone to receive it, and also learn why you're doing it. Learn why you're preparing to receive your tatau. I had a lot of sit down with some of my friends, my close friends. My the boys I grew up with here in La Ia, and a lot of them had their own opinion and reasons why they don't want to receive their tatau. And cool, it's okay. It's okay. So look, because everyone has their own journey. Everyone there has their own story. You know, prepare yourself mentally. Because there's no really a way to prepare it. Just prepare your mind mentally to receive it and have the support with it. Yeah, if you want to receive your tatau, I had this many conversation about people. You do not have to speak the language. I'm gonna say this again. You do not have to speak the language. Like I said, this is Stunner's opinion. Okay? I say that because that's what holds back a lot of the generations now. Because of the old ways. Okay, we don't have to go there, cover that. The generation now, a lot of this is their way to be connected to their culture, to their ancestors, to their family. And a lot of this generation don't have the access or did not grow up in Samoa or Tonga, Fiji, all the Polynesian island to receive that knowledge. And sometimes you did not grow up in a household where we only speak Samoan or Tongan or Fijian. So whatever works for you, you have to make that work for yourself and just have a pure heart when you're doing it. Some of the question was asked is, you know, I'm not Samoan enough. There is no such thing as I'm not Samoan enough. There's no such thing as I'm not Samoan enough. You can have a little bit of drop of blood in your vein, or Tongan, Fijian, Hawaiian. You're Samoan. You're Polynesian. You know, I don't understand when people say, "Oh, I'm half Samoan, I'm a quarter Japanese, I'm a half Hawaiian, half Samoan." Where's the chart that says you're quarter Japanese, quarter Hawaiian, quarter Samoan, half Samoan, half Tongan? Yo, there's no such thing as that. Either you're Samoan or you're Tongan. So stop saying like, "Oh, I'm half Samoan, half Tongan, or half Hawaiian, half Fijian." Just say I'm Samoan or I'm Polynesian. One of the thing one of the good questions that was asked for me before is, how do you feel about other cultures receiving the Tatau? Before I received my Tatau, I was closed minded too, like that. Before I received, I was my mind was so closed and my heart was closed because I had the same thoughts. Oh, why are you guys receiving that? That's not yours. But after laying down, after doing my journey, as I prepared to receive my Tatau, I had to open my heart, let go of my ego, let go all the hardness. And that was one of the ways I was able to go through it, is having an open heart. Who is the Tatau for? The Tatau, in my opinion, the Tatau is for everyone. The Tatau is for everyone. Having that connection with God as we continue to serve from my heart. The Tatau is for everyone. I have great friends, people that are Filipino, that are Hawaiian, that are Palangi or Caucasian, African American, you know, that has their Tatau. Thank you, family, for resetting with me this morning and rebuilding and reconnecting on my journey on my Tatau, on my Malofir. I will have my wife on to share her story, her journey in receiving her Malu. So I feel the mana today. Yeah, as we continue to serve with love, serve with God in all that we do here, and continue to build each other. God bless. Y'all have a lovely day. Let's go. Pukana. Hey, all right.